the quote. That somebody wrote that in an article. Somebody flipped the Thomas Jefferson. Oh, so that's a Thomas Jefferson quote, so I guess I flipped it. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. I mean, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would have thought if he was in a time machine and he was teleported to the morning of September 23rd, 2010, and if he could be floating around in the clouds, teleported into the future, 200-plus years, and he sees Alex Jones pull over, park down a street. I'm in a neighborhood, and I politely walk up and put on my charm. And I was thinking, I hope they're good. I hope they're good. I want to find out, A, if this is an illegal checkpoint, but B, I want to see how they treat me. And I was thinking, man, I hope they're good, but I got a bad feeling. And I just said, hi, hey, troopers, how's it going? What's going on here? How dare an al-Qaeda? How dare a combatant? How dare somebody that can talk? The citizens are supposed to drive by scared and see the cops and get scared and go in the checkpoints and be asked questions and be put in naked body scanners where they illegally record your genitals and then lied about it and got caught. It's a criminal government. They lie even when the truth would suit them better. And I politely was humiliated. But I wasn't humiliated in the way he thought. I was humiliated for this country. I was humiliated for my children's future. I was humiliated by petty nobodies put in thuggish positions of abusive power to boss citizens around with relish and enjoyment and treat me like trash. That guy was savoring baring his teeth. He was savoring his eyes, just gleaming with hatred, like I had, slapped his grandmother or something. I mean, this was anger and hate and disgust that I could barely even summon for my enemies. But it summoned in me just total disgust. But see, everybody doesn't have a syndicated radio show, one of the biggest on the planet. Yeah, here's video we're showing on screen of the state police when we're out there for a rally, coming over and saying, you don't videotape in America. Give me your ID. And boy, he had some disgust, but nothing compared to what this guy did. Fade up the audio of this guy talking to Aaron. From where you had it, it was good.
You don't have any of that.
Why are you questioning?
Because that's my job. I'm asking you again. Do you have an ID?
I have a driver's license.
Where is your driver's license, sir?
In my pocket.
I need to see it then.
All right. See, he sounds calm, but his eyes are angry. This cop was 100 times, seething with what I would call demonic hatred. Hey, what's going on here? What are you doing? I'm just seeing what's going on. It's none of your business. Get in your car. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is the same type of angry energy that you would expect from Davy Crockett defending the Alamo. This is hatred you summon up when you're fighting for your life. And I guess he was fighting for his life because his life is being a thug. That's his way of life. And he felt it was threatened by a polite, congenial, well-dressed person having good feelings for him. And they think they're going to win. They think they're going to bring this country down. They think they've got it all figured out. At the surface of their consciousness, they're the guardians of us. But deep down with a control freak like Yosemite Sam, Sergeant Baker, he's probably already got a nickname like Yosemite Sam, because some of the other guys obviously knew who I was, and they were smiling at first and looking, and by the time I got in my car and drove back, he was up there just looking at me, calling in my plates. Oh, he was going to get me. Oh, yeah. Oh, and they got that Travis County sheriff to get behind me and let me know I'm being watched, boy. In fact, pull up the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania ad where they say, we're watching you with satellites. We're going to get our money from you. They want you to know that you're being watched. They want you to know you're being controlled. Remember, they denied the satellites were being used against citizens? Now they're harassing farmers and ranchers with it? And it's always because it's the law. It's the rules. But then when the Federal Reserve gets up and Congress says, where's the trillions of dollars? They say, we're not going to tell you. No, you're there to protect the criminal status quo. And the status quo is getting worse. Let's go ahead and play this clip where they're intimidating us, letting us know we're being watched.
Is Tom. You live just off of 5th Street. Nice car, Tom. Nice house. What's not so nice is you owe Pennsylvania $4,212 in back taxes. Listen, Tom, we can make this easy. Pay online by June 18th, and we'll skip your penalty and take half off your interest. Because, Tom, we do know who you are.
Find us before we find you. And they have these announcements nationwide. More than 10% of Texas has warrants out for them with all the petty stuff. And they can't pay because we're imploding. And they run ads. Roundup coming up next week. Roundup, roundup. So when they have real political roundups, all the sheep have just heard the term roundup over and over again. And, of course, again, Bloomberg reported last week that 6 million veterans going back to World War II, when they die, their death benefits are being stolen in agreement with the government and Prudential. So don't worry. You've been given power to shove us around and make us lick your boots because your masters are going to implode this country and carry out a Stalinistic operation. And your masters are going to come after you.
Do you know someone who's a Constitution basher? Then here's the ammo you need to silence them once and for all. Introducing the crash course on the U.S. Constitution, how to argue with a liberal about constitutional issues and win every time. If you believe it's time we stop disgusting left-wing lies and start telling the truth about America's Christian heritage, this crash course for patriots is for you. Start neutralizing the liberal propaganda being force-fed in our schools, the workplace, and the media. The crash course on the U.S. Constitution is an audio power program that includes 6 CDs jam-packed with amazing information, insights, and truth that will shut the mouth of any lie-loving liberal. Order your crash course on the U.S. Constitution online at thefoundersplan.com and look for the free bonus kit. Call today 1-877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365 or go to thefoundersplan.com. For God's honest truth, go to thefoundersplan.com today.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
As gardeners, we can all relate.
What do you do with all of the excess food that you grow?
Freezing or canning may have been the process you've used, but the good folks at Excalibur Dehydrator have a healthy alternative to preserve the fruits of your labor. The Excalibur Dehydrator will help you preserve your fruits and vegetables quickly and easily, so you don't have to worry about premature spoiling. You can also use your Excalibur Dehydrator year-round to make delicious jerky. And the best part? The foods you dehydrate are free from excess additives, salt, and preservatives, and that's something we can all do without. To learn more and to order your very own Excalibur Dehydrator, visit drying123.com and see how the Excalibur Dehydrator can help you preserve your favorite foods.
Mention coupon code GCN and receive a free book on how to preserve your foods.
Again, that's drying123.com, drying123.com, or call 1-800-875-4254. That's 1-800-875-4254 today.
I think this song says it all.
Some folks are born made to wait to fly. Ooh. The red, white, and blue. The red, white, and blue. And when the band plays, hail to the chief, Lord knows, they point the cannon at you. Tell them that the name is
Land of the free, home of the brave. You don't politely ask police what they're doing in a neighborhood with 7 squad cars, police running all over the street. Clearly some type of checkpoint. And by the way, I've only been on that road a few times. It seems I see state police doing stuff there a lot of the time. I don't know what they're doing out there, and I'm not allowed to find out as a scumbag citizen. I'm here to pay the taxes and lick boots. I have mainstream news articles in my stack today where they're giving people jail time and $1,000 a day fines for grass that's over 3 inches all over the country, where they're arresting people for gardens in their backyards. They want to make you criminal. That's what tyranny does. And that state police creature, I said, hey, I'm just asking what you're doing. And he said, hey, you're parked illegally. I said, get out of here. By the way, I wasn't parked illegally. It was a neighborhood. I was parked on the side of a neighborhood, 1-lane street, off a 2-lane street in a neighborhood with a bunch of state police crawling all over it. And then this morning, Jaron goes in to buy a Gatorade in South Austin, and some guy whacked out of his mind is trying to break into his truck. He walks out and says, stop. Starts yelling at him for several minutes. The guy's able to get into his truck, is yelling that it's his car, starts attacking Jaron. Jaron has to knock him out. And then the police show up and say, yeah, I heard you yelling, saw this going on. One of the cops were right there on Lamar and just drove past because there was no money to be made. Look, police, you live in this country. Have you studied Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia? Do you know about countries going bad? You know about what the redcoats were doing to our ancestors when they stood up to them? Do you understand that? I mean, I have mainstream news articles on prisonplanet.com today where all over the country, the federal government and foreign intelligence agencies are compiling lists of mainline Second Amendment groups, and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reports that the one group is headed up by a state representative, and he's on the list. And, of course, came out in England that the parliament is spied on by MI5. The parliament is the government, but the bureaucracy is the real government. And all these crook politicians are taking the federal training to their police to treat us like trash. So don't say you weren't warned. If we can't save this country and this planet, a lot of it rests on you, police, because you're where the rubber meets the road, and you are shameful when you act like that lunatic. Now, I'll say this. I've had the good luck of not having too many wrecks in the last 20 years, but the 2 wrecks I've had, one time blown off the road by a tornado, the state police of Texas pulled up outside Fredericksburg. It actually went in Stonewall. Were fans of the show, were incredibly helpful, helped pick up the stuff out of the Tahoe that was all wrecked and smashed. My paperwork were very nice and very helpful. And I was in another wreck, and the state police were very nice. I was speeding 10 miles over the speed limit, and a black DPS guy pulled me over in Temple and said, well, you were so polite, Alex, I'm going to let you go. I mean, look, I don't want to be your enemy. I'm sure you'd be nice to go fishing with, Sergeant Baker, but you ought to really look in the mirror and ask yourself why you're out of control. Because I bet your grandparents, I bet Papa Smurf would be ashamed of you. I bet your granddaddy'd be ashamed of you.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange home gain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love